Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a brand new video. So Avery vomited all over herself late last night, so I am about to run her a bath. Like I said, Madam threw up all over herself last night. It was after we had put her to bed. She'd fallen to sleep in my arms during her feed, and I put her to bed, and within about half an hour she woke up, and then she was just coughing. It was a dry cough, it didn't sound very mucousy, and I went in to kind of pat her chest and see if I could just get her to settle back to sleep, and then she just puked everywhere. So I don't know if the cough was irritating her throat so much that it made her sick, I don't know. But then all bedding had to be stripped, Avery had to get changed, and I just thought we'd leave the bath till today because it was already quite late and I just wanted Avery to go back to sleep so that she could rest. So getting her nice and clean now. So as you can probably tell, Avery is still poorly. She is still coughing like a mad woman, aren't you, Puddin'? Something that I have noticed over the last few days, and I mentioned it to Josh last night, is that with all of this coughing, we haven't noticed her reflux sounds quite as much. And I don't know if just the fact that she's coughing all the time and throwing up anyway is kind of just masking that, or my other theory, and this might just be me wishful thinking and trying to make the best out of a bad situation, but I wondered, considering Avery has been coughing pretty much consistently non-stop for the last 2+ weeks, wouldn't that in theory be strengthening her core? Because if she's always using those muscles to cough, would they be strengthening? I don't know if that's a bit of a far-fetched theory, and if it is even possible, but it's nice to think that maybe in all of this illness and all of this bad coughing, maybe it's doing you some good in the long run. What do you reckon, Pert? Who knows? It's just a theory, but I only thought about it because I just noticed that I hadn't heard her reflux sounds quite as often. But it is a Wednesday morning, isn't it, Puddin'? So I just this morning finished editing the vlog that you will have seen Wednesday just gone. Actually, I managed to get quite a lot done this morning because once again Avery started coughing the second she stirred this morning. Normally when she stirs, she would probably go back to sleep, but because she was coughing and then couldn't stop coughing, she was up. We were all up at about 5:30 this morning. I say we all, me and Josh. So I thought I would just crack on with the day. I've already done about 3 loads of washing and got most of it put away. I've just got a load of towels in the tumble dryer that I need to put away when they're finished. Got that video edited, I just need to sort out the thumbnail, and now getting little Miss bathed now that the boys have gone to school, and then I'm probably just going to change her into a nice clean pair of pyjamas. We've got no appointments today, as a matter of fact. We've got no appointments all week, which is very much needed and really nice. I think I mentioned that in my last video. But, oh dear. I am going to finish bathing little Missy and attempt to brush her teeth. That's been really tricky while she's been ill, because obviously any small thing in her mouth really is an aspiration risk at the moment, and brushing her teeth does make her gag a little bit anyway, but we've kind of limited how much we're brushing her teeth while she's been poorly, just because we don't want to make her worse. But I do need to brush them today because It's been a couple of days now and she needs them brushing. Luckily she doesn't eat, so she's not really at risk of tooth decay as much, but she has been vomiting, so yeah. You need to try and get your tuffy pegs brushed today. And oh, what are you doing? Finish getting you nice and clean, eh, Puds? Morning guys, it is Thursday. I've just dropped the boys off at school and I can't think of a single thing to film or talk about today, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm in one of them moods today where I don't want to do anything, but I also don't want to not do anything. Honestly, especially in terms of filming, I feel like I'm in a little bit of a rut. I don't really know what to film. I don't really have a whole lot of inspiration at the moment, and it might just be a mood that I'm in at the moment, but I just feel like I don't really have a whole lot to say. As you guys know, Avery has been poorly as well, which certainly hasn't helped things because we're not doing a whole lot, and I want to keep it that way so that she can get better, and I don't want to, you know, force her to do things and force therapies on her when I know realistically she should be taking a break for the sake of a video. And that kind of means that we have just been doing a whole lot of nothing, and that's not very interesting to watch. So aside really from my kind of, you know, day-to-day kind of routine, doing dishes, doing washing, cooking dinner, cuddling Avery, we haven't really been doing a whole lot much more than that. And as it stands, Avery's cough still hasn't gotten any better. I still, like, I don't know what to do. I think, when does she start her antibiotics? Well, her next course of antibiotics, Monday. So she's supposed to finish her antibiotics tomorrow, and her cough is still awful, but we're kind of in this limbo where her cough is terrible, but she's not spiking fevers anymore, which is a good thing, and really there isn't that many other symptoms other than this really nasty cough. And I know for a fact that if I were to take her to the doctors and they listened to her lungs and they were okay, they'd say it's fine, but I'm genuinely worried about what this cough is doing to her insides. She's like, now it's kind of hard to explain because right now she's not coughing, but she gets these episodes and it's a prolonged amount of time, like we're talking a good hour, maybe more, where it's just cough, 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 and no amount of suctioning, nebulizer, chest physio is getting rid of it, because as soon as you manage to get rid of whatever she's trying to cough up, more seems to come up. And this is going to sound awful, but I'm half expecting one day for her to cough and for me to see blood, because surely she's got to be hurting on the inside, like all of this coughing, and it's just worrying me. And I think if the cough is still as bad come Friday, I might speak to the GP again, or I might just go one step above and reach out to Avery's consultants and just ask if there's any more testing we can do, just to make sure that there isn't something sinister going on that's actually causing this cough. We've not had a chest x-ray done since she was initially in hospital a couple of weeks ago, and obviously that showed a chest infection. When they listened to her lungs at the GP last week, they said that the lungs didn't sound crackly or anything, aside from, you know, her kind of secretions in her upper airways, but it did sound like one of her lungs was working at maybe a slightly lower capacity. But because, you know, there's no obvious sounds of a chest infection, it didn't seem as though they were overly worried. And I don't think I'm worried about kind of her sort of health in general, in terms of her kind of, you know, vitals, I suppose. It's more so what this cough could be doing to her on the inside, if it could be hurting her chest. I know that sometimes so much coughing and vomiting can damage your esophagus, and obviously Avery's aren't the strongest. Strawberry pudding. So yeah, we've gotten into a bit of a rut because last week, I'm not sure if it was last week, I think it was last week, I tried to get Avery in her stander a few times, and every time I did it she coughed so much that she made herself throw up. And now, because she's still got this cough, I don't want to wean her back into therapies yet, because I'm scared that if I do that, I'm going to make her kind of go backwards and she's going to get more sick and cough even more again. And I don't know, we have no appointments, so we're not kind of obliged to do any therapies at the moment. Avery has physio next Friday, which is still, you know, over a week from now. That's a long time to go without doing therapies. I mean, what we do in kind of day to day, you know, just our little day-to-day things, like for example when I'm brushing her hair I have her sitting up. I know, like, to me that is still some form of physiotherapy because she's still having to work her muscles to kind of sit up, and I know that it's not fully unaided, she's not sitting up on her own, but I do kind of let her muscles do some of the work for her. I tried to do a bit of tummy time yesterday while I brushed her hair, so little things like that, things that I have to do, like brushing her hair and putting her hair into a ponytail. Those things are things that I have to kind of force her to do a little bit of physical activity because I need to get to the back of her head, and if she's laying on her back or if she's in my arms I can't do that. And I can't not brush her hair because it'd get to the point where it'd knot up so bad that there'd be no saving it. I've taken her out a couple of times to get some fresh air and a little bit of stimulation, but I've had to bring her home shortly after because the coughing's so bad in the pushchair. Oh my god, you guys, literally within about half an hour of being out in the pushchair she's coughing non-stop and I have to bring her home. She woke up about 3 or 4 times in the night last night coughing, and she'd cough for maybe about 5 minutes and then luckily doze off back to sleep, but it is interrupting her sleep. I don't know what to do at the moment. No, do I? What? What's the matter? Hey, what's the matter? I love you. I love you. Can you say Mama? Can you say Mama? Mama. 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 I don't even know why I've got the camera out, to be honest, because I know full well that I've got nothing to film. Today is another nothing day, and it's going to stay like that I think until Avery's better. We'll see how she is come Monday and if she can go to nursery or not, but if she's coughing the way she's coughing in her pushchair she's going to be the same at nursery because she has the same sitter there. But the only things that I've got to get done today really are dishes, dinner, feeding Avery. They're the only things that I kind of need to get done. The rest of it really, spending my time with Avery, not really doing anything in particular, just holding her, cuddling her. Sometimes she doesn't like that, so just sitting with her, and that's pretty much how my days are going at the moment. And I can't wait for this cough to be over so that we can do something different. I even tried to get my laptop out a minute ago and start thinking about what new house bits that I wanted to get with the money that I saved back last month, but I took one look at my laptop and I thought I just don't want to. I'm not in the mind space. I've got no motivation to look for anything, let alone spend any money. I don't want to. I just want to crawl back into bed right now, to be honest, and sleep until tomorrow and hope that I'm not in this mindset tomorrow. Yeah, I think I've got no other way to describe the way I'm feeling other than I feel like I'm in a rut. And I'm just a little bit unmotivated. And who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who?